Afternoon, we're prepping for the evening, and I'm going to quickly make a dauphinoise, which is basically baked spuds with some flavourful cream and some cheese. So to make the sauce that it's going to bake in, I'm going to start by just taking a whole head of garlic, cutting that, popping it in my pan. Then I'm going to take a good whop of rosemary. Don't worry about all this because we're going to sift it out. Take a couple of bay leaves, some thyme, just a handful, got from the garden. The next bit is really easy. I'm going to take whatever this is, which is about half a pint. What's that say? Can't see. 300 mils of double cream. In it goes. And I'm going to take an equal volume of milk. So you can use this same tub for getting everything out. Okay, whop that in, and then a good pinch of salt. Now while that's boiling, you don't want to bring it to a boil, you just want it to start to simmer. And as soon as it starts to simmer, take it off the heat. We're going to sieve it onto our sliced potatoes. But that's done for now, so I'm going to put that on the hob. And now I've got some spuds, which I've got from Lidl. So they've got most things at the moment. I'm going to peel these and then I'm going to slice them into around about 2 mil strips. Okay, so back to me in a sec. So you can see I've peeled these, so all you can do now is 3 mils, is just try and cut them to around about this kind of thing, which is about right, about 2 mils, 3 mils, like that. Careful as you go. It gets a bit tricky, keep turning the spud so you don't cause yourselves issues. Like that. You can see how boring this is going to be, so I'm just going to trim this first one and then we'll cut to the point where we're layering it. These are going to be layered into a pan and then baked for about 50 minutes at 180. I'll show you that in a sec. Before I finished chopping, it's been about 4 or 5 minutes, you should now be able to see that gorgeously steamy combination of milk, cheese and herbs. Sorry, milk, double cream and herbs. That absolutely smells gorgeous, so that's what we're going to use shortly. Okay, you see I've done a lot of slicing. I'm having a bad pots and pans day here, so can't find all the pots and pans that I need to do, so I've got a slightly bigger one. Just going to layer all these together. You can, between layers, put some salt, which I'm going to. Some people do it every layer. I kind of prefer to do it every couple of layers. I'm just using the small pieces to fill the sides. Just a little bit of salt, not much. To taste. Keep going. 4 spuds takes you a long way. If you don't get them right around the sides, kind of end up with bits that don't quite fill. So I'm battering along through this. You can see the little bits can then go in the sides very quickly and get to the point where we have this significant array of potato all chopped up. I'm going to try and leave some of the bigger bits to finish off on top. Just as long as you've got them fairly consistent, you know that you're not going to get some beautifully cooked potato and then hit a rather uncooked piece, which would be quite crap. So we're going to avoid that if we can. Then we're going to just finish off some bits and pieces. So you could salt these more. I don't find it needs it actually, because we've got a fair amount of salt in the sauce. So that's that. The next piece I'm going to do is going to season, and I can season with everything. I'm going to use this microplaner, which is a really good way of seasoning. I'm using Parmesan. It's a lot of salt, because a lot of, these kind of, watch your fingers, because they will hurt. Particularly like that. And just going to get some nice curly bits of Parmesan in there. Yeah. On top. Before my sauce in, because I want a little bit of that to go down. Just going to use that as deep seasoning. Next, make sure I've got enough sauce to nearly cover it all, which I have. There you go. That'll bubble up and steam the top, so don't worry too much. Hands there. Next bit, I've got some other interesting sauces. Any old dried cheese is quite good for this, so I've got some Gouda and some Gruyere, which all work quite well. Just trimming off the skins. And then I'm just going to grate the finish really. So this is all just personal choice, whatever you like in here. Not much cheese, you can cheddar it if you want to cheddar it. Look at that, it's rather nice. Yeah. And as I say, this is going to take about 50 minutes to 180, 190, and that will be gorgeous. It's nice the next day. So it's a great way of using nearly dried up cheesy bits. In fact, I'm just going with that. Make sure you do not cut your fingers, because that is very, very unpleasant. There you go. It's kind of enough cheese to kill a cat. And we're going to bake that, and I'll show you what it's like a bit later.